If you look at further, Matthew made Jesus describe himself as Lord. In Mark 13:35, Jesus tells the disciples to wait and watch for the imminent return, and he calls himself the master of the house. But in Matthew 24:42, same incident, he describes himself as your Lord. So can you see the change? But more particularly, can you see what's happening? There's an evolution.
Shabir Ali, Yusuf Ismail, they all go to Mark 13:35, and they say, see, in Mark 13, Jesus is called the master of the house, but in Matthew, he's called Lord. The problem is they're basing that on an English translation. The actual Greek of Mark 13:35 is how kurios tastes oikios. It's the word kurios. So Mark uses a longer title than Matthew does, but he uses the exact same Greek term. So how is this somehow an improvement? You see, in all of the synoptic gospel issues that were raised, there was an assumption made of a certain theoretical formulation that somehow allows us to look into the minds of people rather than allowing those people to be accurate recorders. And of course, most of the differences between the synoptic gospels are due to the fact that Mark has one audience, Matthew has a different audience, Luke has a different audience. Every time, for example, that Mark and Matthew tell the same story, Mark tells a fuller version of it than Matthew does. Matthew telescopes things a great deal at that particular point in time. And so when we keep that in mind, we can see what the differences between the synoptic gospels are.